Hi everyone. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see the lovely window with the books and the star lamp. I'd like to know whether the sound is fine and whether the video is okay. Hello, you can hear me well, you can see me well. This is fantastic. Hi everyone. Oh goodness. Um, welcome to this live stream. Another weekend, another live walk in Tbilisi, and sometimes it seems like I've walked the city back and forth, north, south, east, west, but there's always something that I keep discovering about Tbilisi. As you know, my live streams of Tbilisi are, I would say, it's a combo. I'm always looking for a perfect combo, I would say, of history, architecture, local vibe, and local people. And just some local businesses that I like, the special atmospheric cozy nooks of Tbilisi. And I found a bunch of places like these. And you can see I'm not outside, I'm somewhere indoors. And this place looks super cozy, as you can see. And there are a lot of books. There's just, I don't know, a fraction of books you can find here. But if I switch the camera, hi everyone, hello, hello. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm also aware that I know that Israel and Europe, you change clocks, I think, right? So you're now switched. You've switched to the winter time. But I'm happy to see you all. And as you can see, I am at a library. I should be, I would say, quieter, but the thing is that this library has already closed. It closes at 5, but the administration of the library has been so kind to me that the lady who's in charge of the library allowed us to come by, and she stayed a little bit for a little longer just to let us film, because I mean this place is absolutely amazing. Look at this. This is a small private library. It's not a state library, and it's for kids, right? Or not only kids? No, it's like for everyone. Everyone, yes. So, but since I'm a mom, I'm always looking for kids for books for Grisha, and yes, here is my mom exactly. And the first shelf that I'm drawn to immediately is books for kids. You know, Grisha loves books. There is not a day that we read books. We'll flip through pages. We need to read before sleep. Without this, Grisha cannot go to sleep unless he's super tired. And I just want to show you something. I'm not going to stay here for long because the lady has to go home, and I totally understand, but I just want to show you something. This is in Russian, but you can find books here in English, in German, and maybe in Georgian. Yes, there's some books in Georgian as well. But so this is exactly those were the absolute staples for Grisha, the books about Karlchen by Suzanne Rothraud Suzanne Berner. I think she's a German writer. And those were Grisha's favorite, absolutely favorite. So whenever I see a library and I see books like this is a good library, and it's so cozy. Have a look, it's so cozy. I mean, you can come here with a kid, the entire family. You can read some books here. You can also take books home. And I would say that it's affordable, it's convenient, and you don't have to pile up the books at home. The biggest problem for us moving from Israel to Georgia were the books. We had 5 big boxes of books, and each book was dear to us. and I told myself that we would never make the same mistake again, but we now have more books. So I'm struggling. I'm thinking that I should probably stop buying books. I probably should. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, everyone. So this is a kind of a more adult section. I want to show you something very important to me. Oh, my goodness. Okay, this is in Russian, so this wouldn't really make much sense to you, but I wanted to share with you. While I was just browsing through the shelves, I found this book. It's in Russian. It's the book of poems by Sergei Yesenin, who was an extremely popular poet of the turn of the 20th century. And by the way, he was very frequent to Tbilisi. And he wrote, well, he was inspired by Batumi and Tbilisi, and he was extremely productive and prolific over the couple of months that he first stayed here, and then he would keep coming back. So he was like, I would say, Yesenin at that point was, I would say, I don't know, Antonio Banderas of literature, something like that. He was super handsome and very popular with women, and then he committed a suicide. Well, you know, just like in best novels. So I actually had the same book back at home. Well, I was born in 1987. So this book must have been released definitely before the perestroika. It doesn't have any illustrations. It doesn't have anything, just poetry, like hardcore poetry. And this was the first book, and it was the first poem that I learned by heart. I still remember it, believe it or not. We will be leaving soon, but I want to show you this poem really, really badly. Give me a minute. I mean, look at how cozy this place is. Oh, this is so lovely. So it's called Без границ. It's like books with no boundaries. And yeah, it feels like the moment you come in, you already feel embraced and you feel like home, honestly. So I love this place a lot. This is Yesenin himself. And this is the poetry. I was so happy to see this book. So happy. Wow. I still remember. Let me see if there is this poem. It's called Parosha. I'm not even sure what it's in English for Parosha. I'm not sure where it is exactly, but oh my goodness, I'm not sure I will be able to find it. But nevertheless. Еду тихо, слышно звоны, под копытом на снегу, только черные вороны расшумелись на лугу, something like that. I remember this. So this is a good library, definitely. And I think that for a tourist, if you come here with a family and you're staying for more than just a couple of days and you want to just keep your family and your kids busy, that's a good place. There are also books in English, in German, as I said. Also some board games. Grisha's absolute favorite. I would say it's just as favorite as Monopoly, so Ticket to Ride. He learned to play Ticket to Ride when we stayed in Amsterdam, so that was his favorite games. And also you can just find some cute stuff here. They have different activities for kids, for families. My son, Grisha, will be coming here for Halloween stuff, for some Halloween activities. Boo. Speaking of Halloween, I will be very soon scheduling Halloween live streams and Zoom tours. Thank you so much, Lucy. It's been very kind of you to stay a little longer. Thank you. Спасибо большое. So, Mom, shall we go?
Да.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, Adrian. Good to see you. Let me just say hi to everyone again. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for all these birthday greetings and birthday wishes that I keep getting. It's very sweet of you. Hello, hello. Toronto, amazing. Dolores, good to see you, dear. So now I need to take off the shoe covers. Hold on a sec. And there are also smaller rooms for different activities. I know that, different teachers in other specialists also rent these rooms for their activities, for workshops, and stuff like this. Really cute. And also the lovely thing here is, have a look. We're in a historic building. Thank you, Sharon. This is an amazing place. It is. And this is a historic building. Not so much information about the building itself, but look, this is part of history. And this is the old apartment. We are in the 19th century area. Look at these. still the original ironwork, again, 19th century. And even this metal lamppost is here. It's still here. Still. You have hundreds of books, no space for more. I know. And just imagine, I'm always afraid to buy, furniture to the apartment we are now renting. I don't want to buy even an extra plate. I already think, oh my goodness, this is going to be an extra burden if we need to move, and we will need to move eventually. But whenever it gets to books, I'm unstoppable, unfortunately. So here is, look at this, just gigantic doors. Look at this building. We are going to pass by the building. Let me show you the cozy, inviting windows of the library. So once again, library without boundaries. So library with no borders. So library books for everyone. It's easy to become the member of their book club. It's easy to take books home. It's very affordable, very friendly. And again, it definitely solves the problem of, I would say, hoarding books at home. Let's put it like that. And now, let me tell you where we are. Actually, we are in the same neighborhood we were last week. You borrow most of your books from local libraries in London and Sweden. Yes, makes sense. And to be honest, in my own library, the one that I have, just books for me, I have about 10 books maximum. And when we moved from St. Petersburg to Israel, and then from Israel to Georgia, I had like 2 books with me. 2 books about the Romanovs. That was it. Honestly. And then, I needed some more books on the history of Georgia, some really, I would say, old books that you cannot find online. Some rarities, some rare books. And that's it. But so all the books that I have now, that we have at home, are mostly Grisha's books. That's the thing. Okay, so where are we now? Again, this is the Vere neighborhood where we were last time. Last time I focused more on architecture and history of the place as much as I could, because this is not a touristy area. As you can see, this is just a neighborhood very close to the downtown. It's I would say definitely upscale neighborhood with even some affluent areas. Very close to the center. Rustaveli Avenue, which you, I'm sure, remember from my other tours, is 5 minutes away from here. But we are not going there. We don't want the noise. We don't want to see too many cars. What we want to see is, we want to feel the vibe of the area. We want to see some old buildings. We want to see where locals go, where locals hang out. And the library, I started in the library because Lucia, the lady who runs the library, she had to go home because they close at 5. So I decided to start with the library. And also, as you know, for my tours, if I plan to visit a certain site, a shop, an eatery, I would always ask permission because I don't want any uncomfortable situations. I don't want to feel like I'm an intruder. Look at this. This is a very expensive house, by the way. The rent there is quite expensive. We even considered this area when we came to Tbilisi, but there was so much uncertainty in our lives that we decided to look for something a lot modest. And we're quite happy with where we are, by the way. Now, I want to cross the street here. So this area is not touristy, originally from the 19th century as well. And you will see some buildings here. You may remember this building because actually we visited this place about a year ago. I know my phone is a little bit shaking, so I hope it will be okay if I readjust a little bit, hit on my gimbal.
But since it was not meant to be the touristy area, I would say a little bit tucked away from the beaten paths. The buildings here are more for life, not for showing off, which means they were less expensive. And that's why students, actors, writers, creative class, and also the medical workers of several facilities, several hospitals that were opened in this area at the turn of the 20th century, they moved here because they could afford living not far from the downtown, but still not in the, I would say, in the very heart of it, very expensive heart of it. And because of all this, to me, this area looks super cozy. And you just need to know where to look for this history, where to see, where to feel the vibe. So the name of the street is Vasil Barnovi. We have been in the street before. We have been in the street. I come to this area very often because Grisha attends several workshops in one of the libraries here, well, bookstores. But I want to show you this place, Ziliko. This is the name in Georgian, Ziliko. And this place is incredible. For some reason, I've always missed it. I don't know. I would just always pass this place by. No idea why it happened so. No idea. But look, it has a garden, quite a big one. A cozy one. Imagine taking some books from the library and then sitting down somewhere here. It even has the heaters. It's a big garden. And even if it's raining, and you see it's a little bit, it's not really raining, but it's very humid and it might rain at any moment. You won't get wet. This is for sure. It feels like you are somewhere in the tropics as well because of all these palm trees. And with all these lights, it looks really cool. So I definitely will be coming back here. Oh, my mom is looking lovely. Stoy. Could you please take a photo of my mom looking so gorgeous in this beautiful setting? Lovely lamps. Very nice, Ronnie. Exactly, very nice. So, and I've been given permission to come inside and show you this place because this place is special. This is the building from the 19th century. You can see the old brickwork. And the lady, Elena, that runs the place, actually belongs to her family. Her family has been living in this house ever since the 19th century. And when I came here, thanks, she was really happy and she was more than happy for me to come here and show the place. I'm not going to be filming people, obviously. I don't want them to feel invaded. But look, this is the 19th century door detail. Look at this door handle. This looks very Art Nouveau-ish to me. Let me show you. Look at this. Look at this. You see, this was somebody's living room, her family's living room, I believe, for a long time. So Elena shared with me that her grandparents lived here. She has a lot of childhood memories. Look at this fireplace. Original, in a very good condition with some lovely decoration, lovely accessories. Isn't it cozy? Doesn't it look lovely? I mean, this place is so inviting. I really wish we could come here, for a cup of coffee, for a cup of tea with apple cake. But there's going to be an event here shortly, so they allowed us just to drop by. It's so grateful to them for this. You see, they are preparing for, I think, a birthday party. Well, somebody just hired this room for their private event, which is lovely, which I'm really jealous, to be honest. So I like this design. It's like not really, it's not too much. It's minimalism. It's cozy, so much air, beautiful wooden furniture. I mean, this chairs and this table is so massive. I love it. I love the artworks. Also, everything blends in really nicely here. And it's warm. And it smells nice because the food is being cooked. We can all have apple pie there another time, absolutely. I wish I could rent it for all of us, but well, we definitely need this big party for all of us. But then it's gonna be me eating all the calories, right? And you're just gonna be watching me sitting jealous there. So one more look at this beautiful fireplace. Well, I can just picture myself sitting here in this armchair with a cup of tea, you know, apple cake or apple pie, you know, and here by this beautiful fireplace. I don't know if it's, by the way, working. I think I see some coals there. Well, I'm not sure if it is functioning, but it looks very inviting anyway. Very inviting. So I'm so grateful to Elena for letting me show you this place. And you know, my goal is to promote local businesses, and my goal is to share the vibe and only the true places. You know, of course there are a bunch of touristy places you can find in Tbilisi, of course you can, but I'm always looking for places with a soul, you know, with a special vibe. And the wine. Look at all these wine collection. You're in Georgia, baby, so look at all that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 shelves full with wine and cha-cha and more wine and more cha-cha. There should be also some champagne, I guess. I mean, look at all this. All brandy, yeah, you know. Look at all that. Goodness gracious, there are so many different kinds of wine. Georgia is amazing. The abundance of different kinds of wines and all the goodies they make. Amazing, absolutely amazing. As you know, we almost don't drink, so it's just beautiful, you know, from a distance. Yeah, but you know how it goes. Lovely. Okay. So let's move on. Just a little bit of the cupboard, which is, by the way, built in. Shouldn't the wine bottles be lying down? This is not a wine cellar. Why would they be? No, they are only stored laying down on the side. But normally in all the wine stores, they are just standing like this for you to see the cover. That's it. So it's just kind of it's not a wine cellar. It's a restaurant. So yeah. Okay. Well, let's go. So a very atmospheric place. Definitely coming back here for my apple cake. I know I will. Or a pie. I don't remember, but it smells so nice there. It's a mix of something sweet and some spices together. So it's going to be a nice evening. Someone's going to have a really good time here. I am jealous. One more look at the garden. Where is everyone? Where are all the people? But we're going to make up for this place for sure, Rick. We are definitely coming back. So I would have planned my itinerary. I would have taken you to this place much later. Actually, the original plan was to wrap up a tour exactly at this cafe, but because of the event, we were asked to come to either come earlier or another day. But I already, I don't know, had my, I would say, heart and set to take you to this place. So I decided just to readjust my itinerary a little bit. So I'm kind of playing it by ear, but also not really playing it by ear because I got the permission from all the vendors. And look at this cute house. It's clearly a residential building, a merchant house. Most probably it belonged to one, maybe two families back in the end of the 19th century, turn of the 20th century. And you can clearly see the Art Nouveau details. Like, look at this. This place has also a backyard. And we were there. We were in this place last December, I believe. And I remember that last year I also had to play it by ear because of the protest. I could not take you to the area. I actually was planning to, but I thought to myself that these local gems could also be interesting to you. And you liked it there. I want to take you to a lovely bookstore and a lovely wine place. And we've just been to a library. But if I decide for some reason to buy more books, I could go there, and I would go there for sure. But hopefully I won't be needing any more books, because we almost ran out of bookshelves, by the way. I want you to see this window and how inviting the wine place looks also. So look at this. On the same page, books and wine. I mean, as I said, this is definitely one of the combinations I'm looking for. History, vibe. Tbilisi Lake, well, I've been there already, but I will go there for sure again for the beautiful views. I love Tbilisi Lake a lot. Not Lily Lake, I don't know Lily Lake, but I love Tbilisi Lake. No, there is no IKEA in Tbilisi, but there are a couple of stores that can deliver it for you here if you want to buy online. I'll be quick. I'll be quiet. Thank you. So there is an event, some event here held here, so I won't be filming the people. I just want to show you a little bit of the vibe here. Можно? Это книжный клуб до сих пор, да? Можно я не буду показывать людей, просто покажу книжечку, вот так зайду, да? Спасибо большое, мне разрешили, сегодня раньше приходил. So there is some it's a bookstore, so there is a book club there. Wow, this is lovely. See what they're doing? They're placing here books about different regions of Georgia, and they're placing the wine from this area. It's a very good name for a shop. I agree with you. On the same page, it's good for a wine place. It's good for a bookstore. Lovely play on words. This is some more books in Georgia and another wine. Books about Georgian cuisine and more wine. Isn't it lovely? Amazing, amazing. And so I will be very quiet. So this combo will definitely make you on the same page, make you feel on the same page. You can find books in English, you can find books in Georgian here. And lots of wine, lots of wine. Not only Georgian, by the way. So as far as I remember, there are wine from different regions and from different countries. Вы можете на английском рассказать про вино? Я тебя чуть-чуть просто вайб.
Мой партнер может рассказать, но его сейчас, к сожалению.
Спасибо большое. Да, это я знаю, да. Спасибо большое. And also here, just for the vibe. I don't want to film people, so I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, so I'll be leaving soon, but I had to show you this piano. I had to show you this. Let's go. Let's go. Obviously, nobody's going to cancel their events for me. So look at this door. I mean, look at this door. Look at this mom. And now, можно теперь дверь покажу. Mom. And the door. You know, I have a thing for Georgian doors and doors in general. So this house looks lovely. You can see the old bricks. This building has been taken care of. That is for sure. It has been really taken good care of it. Yeah, people have been taking care of it. And there are just a lot of local stores where, well, not tourists, buy stuff, but just people who live in the area. I also want to show you a beautiful backyard. Actually, it is called the backyard. It's one of Grisha's favorite places, by the way. And this used to be just, the backyard of the people who lived in this house. There must have been several families who lived in this building. I don't know the history of it, and I don't know if there is actually information. But we always come here at least once a week because Grisha likes burgers. He's a burger boy, so he always takes burgers from this place. Very good burger. So kudos, Bruno Burger. Kudos. And the place is called Backyard. Like, why would you need to come up with any other name? It is the backyard, and it's the backyard, and that's important because backyard in general is a very important thing in Georgia, as you know that this is where all the life is. It's not about the facade, it's not about the veneer of, well, everything, but it's just exactly where the life is, where the Georgian heart is. So, but we need to go on. Yes, those are the really, really good burgers. I cook for Grisha. Grisha likes burgers that I make. Grisha is a very picky eater, but I've come up with a good recipe. It's 4 cheeseburgers. Grisha likes pizza, 4 cheese pizza, 4 formaggi. And I decided to go creative. I had some time and I was inspired to create something. And I told him, Grisha, how about making 4 cheeseburger? And I regret that I once offered that, because now Grisha always asks for the 4 cheeseburger. So it never gets very cheap. It's always cheaper to cook at home, but with his choices, with his tastes, I'm gonna go bankrupt. Nevertheless, there are some fashion stores here, some local designer stores, and so Georgians, as I told you, so this kind of it depends obviously on the budget. It depends on like what you want and if you can afford it or not. But I would say average Georgians, they prefer to shop in thrift stores. They can easily wear the good quality pre-owned things. And there are a lot of second-hand stores here in Georgia. But also there is a big thing about national pride. So for a big event, most Georgians would not really go to I have nothing against H&M, don't get me wrong, but they would rather go to a local designer store than, a big mass brand. Everything has become quite expensive, and dairy products are very expensive, I know, in Europe. It's a lot more affordable here in Georgia, but with 4 cheese, Grisha likes gorgonzola, he likes parmigiano. I mean, you see, these things are not so cheap anywhere, especially if they are imported from Europe, and you have to also pay for that. But look at this. So also there is a place I can't really miss, this lovely interior stuff. It's not on just the light, but it's mostly mirrors, it's mostly vases, and some, I love this kind of Tiffany style lamps. They look gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I have not asked whether I can film here, but at least I can show you do some window shopping with you. Oh, this lamp is so cool. So I guess this is kind of a Tiffany style. I think so. This lady is oozing with, I'm not sure, enthusiasm of what. Grisha has a very good taste. Yes, I know. So he likes gorgonzola, he likes parmigiano, he likes mozzarella, and Edam or Gouda cheese. So when we stayed in Amsterdam, he really liked Gouda cheese. And sometimes it would be Adam, so I don't think if he actually has come up with a, oh, that's lovely. His favorite, whether he likes more Gouda or Adam, I don't know. Maybe it's the eternal battle. That's a lovely one. Okay, so obviously this is something Adam. Okay, so you vote for Adam. Mom, Gouda или Adam? What do you choose? It's for my mom. It's also difficult to choose, right? I would go for Gouda. I don't know. I like Gouda. So Ron, you think it's Adam? Gouda. Okay. Well, Natalie is the Natalie being local, right? Being a Dutchie. Okay, you would go for Gouda. Good. Good. Good for you. Now, we are passing by some streets that look, well, actually we passed by this street last time, that look quite unassuming. There will be some old buildings, there will be some new buildings, there will always be some local graffitis. These are very lovely ones, obviously condemned in Russia for the invasion, and also definitely expressing their concern about the election results and everything. So this is like where the life is. There are some new buildings because most of these buildings are not actually listed, and some buildings were turned down in the Soviet period because they could. Okay, Sharon prefers Gouda. Okay, so I guess we're having more Gouda fans here. Oh, I'm sorry, you know how much I'm in love with Khinkali. And my mom loves khinkali too. We've been having khinkalis almost every day, right? Every day. Yes. Mama doesn't speak English, but she speaks the language of khinkali, right? So, and if you really want to go, if you're on a low budget, and that's what locals do. You know, it's a fuss. You know, to make khinkalis, you need to make a dough and everything. It takes time, and then you have to. I mean, I don't know, it's a brainer. So locals also prefer to buy the ready-made ones, the frozen ones, and they would buy it from stores like this. Lovely. Some local businessmen prefer to rent out offices in these areas because they don't need to be anywhere central. They need to be just somewhere conveniently located, not far from the downtown. And that's why there are so many lovely local businesses here. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to cross the street and I want to take you to one more place. And I don't know, it's not really about the shopping, as you know. Not really often I buy things for myself, but sometimes I do want to support the vendors. Sometimes I just fall in love with things, but I'm taking you to a place now where I really wish I could buy everything, but I can't afford anything there at all. But I like to watch. I like just to admire the place and the garments they sell there. The place is called Kokosha. So I asked the permission if I could come, so yes, I can. The place is called Kokosha, and this is clothing stores in Georgia that I have seen. And it's beautiful in all the senses. It's the clothing, it's just the beautiful interior and the vibe. Kamachova. Здравствуйте. Thank you so much for letting me just drop by this amazing place. Вас можно показывать или не обязательно? Okay, so I've been asked just not to film the lady who runs the place, but I cannot but show you this amazing interior. Kokosha, no, it's not kosher, it's Kokosha. It has nothing to do with kosher and kashrut. Kokosha, I will show you the name again. And this is just incredible. А можете подробнее рассказать? Это шелк, вообще концепцию магазина?
Да, концепция...
Можно по-английски или как вам удобнее?
Если удобно, то по-русски.
Окей, хорошо.
Вы можете потом
Okay, yes, I will translate. Yeah, of course.
Это бренд, который я сделала 10 лет назад. Основная концепция, я вообще художник по прикладному искусству.
Wow.
И я фанат прикладного искусства, и я работаю с прикладным искусством разных стран. А, И здесь есть, сначала создаются платки и шали на тему каких-то элементов прикладного искусства разных народов, а потом что-то уходит на одежду. И я работаю с шелком, с шерстью, с кашемиром, с натуральными тканями, что-то с хлопком, есть ручная работа, много ее. Вот, так что вот такая вот концепция.
Okay, спасибо большое. Зовут вас?
Ксения.
Ksenia, очень приятно. Okay, so Ksenia, the lady who runs this place, so she is the artist, and she focuses on applied arts. And so she says, like she starts with, all these beautiful scarves and shawls. I mean, look at this. She works with natural fabrics like silk, cashmere, and look. And then also she can make some beautiful dresses, some beautiful garments, which I will show you. I have my favorites. I already have my favorites. I mean, look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? And she focuses also on applied arts of different countries, different cultures, and you can clearly see all this diversity in her works. I mean, sorry, Ronaldine, I missed the comment. Let me see what you're saying. For drinking milk. Oh, I love this idea. I know you were joking, dear. I know you were joking, Sharon, but I like this. Some for drinking milk, some for eating the meat. Very good. I like it, Ronnie. I mean, just look at this. Just amazing. Wow, this is also silk. It's like look at all this. Beautiful. Mom, which one do you like? Oh, this one looks amazing. This is cotton, I believe, or denim? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Denim? Cotton. Wow. So it costs 1,360 lari, which is like $500 or so. Yeah, so something like that. And do you ship it anywhere? Yeah, you can ship globally? Very good. So I highly recommend to check out this brand on their Instagram account. It's amazing. Wow, amazing quality. And I think it's a very good price for such a quality and for such design. It's a unique design. You can't find it anywhere else. Wow. Wow. Do you like it, Mom? Тебе нравится? Да, вот это очень классно. These are the scarves. Shawls. Это шали или платки, даже не знаю, как это назвать. Look at this. I love these designs. I also like this jacket. Oh. Это вышивка, да? This is embroidery. Это все вручную, да? Нет, на машинке? Okay, so there are some items and some embroidery was really handmade, but this is done with a sewing machine. Это кашемир?
Нет, это шерсть,
wool.
бархат, внутри шелковая подкладка с этим же принтом.
Wool, velvet, and look at this. Oh, this is the design of Armenian carpets. I see. It looks familiar, but I couldn't remember where I saw this. So you have to really know these things. Amazing. And like the shoes. I mean, look at this. Oh. Absolutely unique. Absolutely. I like this carpet that absolutely fits the place. Just really spot on. Yeah, so Mom says it looks like a museum. Like in every item here is like a museum exhibit, basically. And I think this is summer collection. I think so. Это больше летнее, да? Ведь что-то такое. Yeah, so it's more like summer dresses and some linen items. Wow. I swear I haven't been paid for it. I wish. I wish I could be paid with dresses for taking you here. But I have my absolute favorite here. You know I'm sucker for everything blue. Look at this octopus. Look at the summer dress. I'm so happy that the summer is over and I'm not going to wear things like this in the next coming months. Oh, beautiful dress. I think, Mom, тебе хорошо было бы это платьишко. Yeah, my mom agrees that this dress would really look lovely on her. Да ну, конечно. No, it's not a homeware. Ты думаешь? You think it's PJs? It's too expensive for a PJ. I just cannot. Okay, wow. Wow. Oh, how did I miss this? The most important thing, the most important exhibit is the kitty. He or she is sleeping and I can't. No, I wish he could just, cuddle. But I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that. But I want you to see the furniture. Everything is so spot on. Look at this. I don't know what is best. Спасибо большое. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Just once again, look. Some more details. Wow. Embroideresses. Someone's keys on that last table. Yeah, I think they're her keys from the place. So you see there are different series of these scarves, and so there are some series inspired. Well, as I said, so the series are inspired by different peoples, but their ornaments, and then these masterpieces are created. Wow. Okay, let's go. We have some more places to show you to take you to. Sorry, just didn't know. No, I mean it is. So this is the place with the vibe. This is always one of the so to speak crossroads that I don't know which one to take. Always whether I go to the left or I go to the right, because there are always some beautiful buildings there. But actually, I owe you a story that I failed to provide last weekend. As you know, yesterday my mom and my boys did some cooking. We had a cooking class. Mom, are you coming? And we made a bunch of galupsi, the Eastern European version of the dolma. The dolma, the Middle Eastern and let's say very Ottoman style grape leaves with minced meat and rice and spices, But we did the version of it in the cabbage leaf. It was fun. The recording is, Mom, where are you? Mom, where are you? Mom is busy. And I'm walking just basically in the middle of the street because there's no sidewalk. Sidewalk is not available. We are in the old city, and this is an old 19th century era, so they couldn't really foresee so many cars that would need so much space. A very late arrival for you, Barbara. This is okay, dear. You will be able to watch everything once you have the time. The recording is available instantaneously, so the very moment I start live streaming. Yes. So look at this street. So no tourists will ever be taken here, but this is what I love about this place. It has some unassuming, red brick buildings with some stories. And the big issue with Tbilisi is that some buildings where there's just no information at all. It doesn't, and also it doesn't always have to be a big history. It doesn't have to. But every once in a while, some information would be published, and there are local, historians that are searching into the stories, and hopefully, I will be able soon to share with you more stories about these houses. Well, here, for example, in this building, doesn't look very beautiful, right? And it doesn't look also in its best condition. Uh, Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you so much. But here lived Aram Khachaturian, a prominent Armenian composer known in the world. Well, he lived in Tbilisi. He was an Armenian, but I'm sure you remember that Tbilisi has always been an international city. And Tbilisi always boasted its diversity, and the main reason for it is because Tbilisi was the center of the Caucasus. It was also on the crossroads of several trade routes, including the Great Silk Road, and it became the kind of the financial center of the Caucasus, especially in the second half of the 19th century, when the oil export from Baku, from Azerbaijan started, and also the railroad construction boomed. Now we need to go up a little bit. So, and it was just geographically convenient to move the banks and official institutions to Tbilisi. So that's why Tbilisi underwent a big construction boom, big development boom, exactly in the middle and the second half of the 19th century. We passed by this building last time, so I'm not going to repeat myself. I will just say that here lived the Nevich brothers, the two artists from the Russian Empire who discovered the works of Niko Pirosmani, or Pirosmanishvili, who is right now the most popular Georgian artist. Okay. But what I failed last time is to tell you the story of this house. The thing is that this house is not just a residential building. As you can see, it's, I would say, quite a one-off work of art, of architecture. And clearly, this is a very oriental design. I wanted to cross the street and show it to you from all angles. So I need to do that. From this corner, you can clearly see that. This gives me a very Ottoman, very Persian vibe. And I would say Persian is exactly the word that we would be looking here. So the Moorish style window over there with the star. Also, I want to cross and show it to you from this angle because it's a corner building. So I guess it has to be also seen from this angle. And once I can stop and show you, whew, goodness. Okay, wait a minute. I hope I can do that. Wait a second. Wow. We have to be very quiet. We just basically broke into, well, we kind of sneaked into the open door. Look at this. Actually, I have photos. I have prepared the photos. I found some photos online. It wasn't easy. This house is not really that well known. So this is a treat. This is a chance I had to jump on. And I want to show you what's been discovered and I will tell you the story a little later. Let's just enjoy this opportunity. Mom, пофоткай, пожалуйста. Пофоткай, пожалуйста. I'm asking my mom to also take photos because there are a lot of details that have survived. I'm not sure whether I'm sure the ceiling has underwent some restoration and cleaning, but I can't tell you. I don't know if there are plans to continue the restoration and cleaning up the walls and everything. It's clearly Venice. Yeah, I think so. I think so. So, but it looks very promising. It looks like underneath these layers of plaster and Soviet paint, you can still find the original decorations. You can see a lot of the details still here. So there is hope. There is hope. The original railings, the original ironwork. I've never seen it anywhere else. And normally, this lobby is always closed, always. And it's not really known to tourists. It's not even, I would say, you can easily find it if you look up, for some beautiful lobbies of Tbilisi. I guess locals just don't want to give the location away that easily. But you see, I looked for it. I looked it up. It took some time to find the information, but I did find the history of this place. So I had to make it up to you. And just give me a second. I need to find my other phone to share the stories. And then we'll be coming back. Hold on a minute. So this house, sorry, I also have to tell you what's the ugly side of things. But again, I'm pretty sure there is something behind it. There is. I'm sure there is. Look at this beautiful door. Amazing. So this house belonged to Amir Kazim Mirza Qajar. Actually, he was of the Qajar dynasty. He was an Azerbaijani leader from the Qajar family from the times when Azerbaijan was a part of the Persian Empire. And at that point, let's say in the early 20th century, he lived and studied and served in the imperial army under the Russian Empire. And Azerbaijan was part of the Russian Empire, but the dynasty had a long history ever since the Persian time. And also a little later, he came to Tbilisi from Azerbaijan. He escaped because of a lot of disturbances after the Russian Empire collapsed. By the way, this is what's left of what once was the lamppost. And the Amir Kazim Mirza Qajar, so once again you see he's a general lieutenant, at least from what I see. I'm not a big specialist, but it looks like this. So he definitely had a general status, for sure he was a general. And he eventually, after all the disturbances and the issues, the Bolsheviks eventually invaded Azerbaijan, but he stayed in Tbilisi. He stayed in this house. It was a tenant house, and he lived in this house and also rented out these apartments, which was a very common thing, as you already know from my multiple tours. Yes, it is Venice. I think so. It's not so bright. Maybe not. No. No, I'm not sure. Well, they didn't really bother to sign. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's Venice. Maybe, but this looks more like a Georgian forest to me. I see the mountains, I see the birch trees, so maybe it's also some Russian forest. It's really hard to tell. I'm not sure. No, hard to say. I don't know. But eventually, as you know, the Bolsheviks, after invading Azerbaijan in the 1920s, the Bolsheviks, the Red Army, also invaded Tbilisi, and he was executed by the Bolsheviks in early 1920s. And this house obviously was nationalized by the Bolsheviks, and this is the same story we know from St. Petersburg or Petrograd and everywhere else. Well, I consider this as an incredible treat because I wasn't even hoping for this door to be open. And normally it's not really open for us. Normally I never get so lucky. So this house is a pure gem with a sad story, unfortunately, a very sad story of an Iranian prince, a Persian prince, loyal to the Romanovs, loyal to the Russian Empire, trying to escape. He found a safe nook here, and then eventually, it all came to an end. A very sad story. And I hope that they will continue the restoration and the cleaning of this lobby. And I'm sure we can still hope to find something impressive here. And I just want to show you the traditional address, Salve, right? So we are greeting everyone entering this building. Beautiful murals, and I'm not sure whether those are frescoes. It's really, I don't know. At the moment it's hard to say, but I'm sure there are a lot more murals. I'm sure it's just going to take time and money, a lot of funds to clean it, but this is lovely. So I'm so happy we've been able to get inside. Really happy. And the doors, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Ты всё сфоткала? And now my mom also is in this adventurous mood. She's like now collecting all these beautiful lobbies. Let me also cross the road because I want to show you the house from a distance. And normally you wouldn't see much here in summer because of the trees, but now we can see the house in its full beauty. Now my mom is, I think she's kind of a little bit infected with this, passion, love of beautiful lobbies. And it's become kind of a scavenger hunt for me to find more lobbies for you, to find more stories. I've spent so many hours browsing through the old photographs and archives and the old library database. So all the efforts are paying off. Whenever I discover stories like this and whenever I discover a new lobby, I get elated, absolutely elated. Okay, and there is one more place that I want to take you to. I know we are already overrunning a little bit, but you want to go there. I want to go. We need to go there. We also promised Grisha to go there, so we will. And in the meantime, well, this is where locals live. Some still live in some 19th century old buildings. Some live in the Soviet time buildings. Some live in the 21st century architecture. Well, there's a local supermarket, Spar. We also have Spars. We have Carrefour, we have Spars, and also local supermarket chains like Nikora or Inabiji. Well, these are the most famous, I would say, vendors you can find. I love this house, absolutely. Zero information, doesn't look any special at all. I'm sure it doesn't have any lobby. I mean, it has the entrance from below, from the backyard. This house looks interesting, the door, but there's no any decoration in the lobby, at least hasn't been preserved. But I like the ironwork of the balcony. And I wish there hadn't been any of this silly graffitis. It's not street art, it's vandalism, unfortunately. And I wish we hadn't seen that, but it is what it is. What can I say? Most of these cars are parked, which means people are at home. People live here. Again, it's not a touristy area at all. And people, and you know, the locals kind of really get a little surprised and a little bit tense when they see me filming. Whenever I'm in the old city, somewhere on the Rustaveli Avenue, they don't care. But when I film in these areas, like sleepy neighborhoods, people are a little bit surprised, to say the least. This is, by the way, a different example of a lobby. Beautiful door. I will show it to you, but this is wooden. The wooden steps that have been here ever since the house was built in the 19th century. This is not beautiful. It's nothing special. I'm sure those are 19th century bricks, but I want to see the woodwork. It's still here. And it has a very different smell, a wooden smell. Вот так посвети. My mom is also using her flashlight. There's not much to see, honestly. There's nothing to see, but it's just amazing to find these wooden steps in a very good condition in the 19th century building. That's lovely. Just this. But the place we are now going to has nothing to do with history, has nothing to do with architecture. It has a lot to do with food. A couple of weeks ago, I discovered a cheese store, actually a dairy store. So we spoke of the cheese today. We spoke of the Grisha's love of cheese. And, Grisha has a good taste. And it goes far beyond than just Gorgonzola and Parmigiano. Well, Carrefour, by the way. So that's where locals shop for food. Well, his tastes go far beyond. Now he's very into burrata cheese and stracciatella. And if I go to Carrefour and buy some Italian cheese, I can easily go broke in a couple of months. But we have discovered a local dairy store with farm products, and we're going there in a minute. But before that, remember where we started? At the library без границ, library with no boundaries. Well, this is the beautiful house. Clearly 19th century, no information, but the vibe. And these people occupying clearly a historic apartment, they are just adding more history and more, they're making it all a lot more vibrant and poignant to me. So this is amazing. This is the best location for a library. Some nook not far from the downtown, historic building area with a history as well. The very neighborhood. So I believe this is the best combination. And the cheese place. So apart from abundant, I would say the infinite number of Georgian cheeses that you can find here. In general, there are so many different kinds of Georgian cheese in Georgia. I know I'm not being very, I would say, elegant. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. But Georgians also know how to make all kinds of cheeses. So let's get in. We've also asked permission to film. So here we are. Gamajoba, Gamajoba. We've come for our burrata cheese. Yes. Эти? О, есть одна. О, отлично. Возьмем одну свежую, одну тогда. Да? Так возьмем. Okay. I really wish they had any stracciatella, but it was all nothing. They run out of stracciatella. This is so bad. Ah, anyway, so they have yogurt, they have sour cream, everything, and it's delicious. Honestly, it's so delicious. Then they have all these mature cheeses, like cheddar, basil, Amsterdam cheese, Natalie, Amsterdam cheese, some Parma style cheese, some mozzarella. Это как копченая моzzarella? Oh, smoked mozzarella. I had no idea. This is definitely a Georgian version of mozzarella. I don't know if my Italian viewers can survive what I've just said, but there is a smoked mozzarella. Нет, мы хотим еще одну, ну, с которой по скидке хотим еще взять одну. Нет уже, да? Ну ладно, неважно, одной хватит, зато свежая. And there's also goat cheese. У вас еще и масло есть? Масло есть, да? У нас масло дома закончилось. Маленькое. Не, мы уже никуда не пойдем. So, and actually we drove by like an hour ago. Какое-то очень маленькое, да. Давай я заплачу. Okay. So, and we asked if they have, burrata, and we have like some other cheeses. There were, and then, there's only one left. But we can taste. Можно попробовать, да, немножко сыра? Ну, можно открыть, да. I want to taste some cheese. Это что у вас осталось здесь?
Это моцарелла.
Копченая, да?
Да,
Smoked mozzarella. We can try.
Амстердам.
Where?
Это
Amsterdam?
базель. Это
Goat cheese. Okay.
Старый.
Okay, mature goat cheese. Let's start with mature goat cheese. It's very good. I know it already because we bought it last time we were here. I know it's my weakness too. And it's now Grisha's weakness too. Grisha will be waiting for us, to pick him up from his board game session. And he knows we will be buying some burrata cheese for him. Now let's taste the smoked mozzarella. Okay, my Italian friends, this is a shout out to you. Smoked mozzarella. А вкусно? Должна попробовать. Very good. It has definitely the smoky taste. It's a little bit more salty than the usual mozzarella should be. Mozzarella normally is not salty at all. But it's good. It's good. Okay. And this is Amsterdam cheese. Natalie, let's check it out. So that's Amsterdam cheese. So the price for 100 grams is 8.90 lari. That is, oh goodness, I don't know how to count. I don't know how to count. Okay, it's like $3 maybe, US dollars. Попробуешь моцареллу копченую? Попробуй. Oh yes, Georgians know how to make smoked cheese. They're very good at it. Very good. Мы еще купили масло, да? It's so good. So also, we bought some butter. So it's all like farm products. А это из какого региона Грузии? Из какого региона Грузии это? Самигрело region. Это как? Нет, это где? Это восточная Грузия? Нет, западная. Нет, восточная. Okay. So Samogrela is not far from Batumi. So it's not far from Adjaria, which is the western, западная Грузия. Yes, so it's western Georgia. So look, everything is looking so good. Okay, just one more. Очень мне понравился копченый. Наверное, потом вернемся за копченой моцареллой. Definitely. Next time we're buying some smoked mozzarella. Можешь закрыть, пожалуйста? Можешь? Very good. So, you see? Спасибо вам большое. Дири мадлоба. So, let's get out. Let's leave this cheese heaven. Вкусно. That's the name of the store. So, Farmers Dairy Products. Very good. And this looks so inviting. I want to eat all of it. I know it's just the imitation. I know it's not the actual cheese, but I want to jump on it now. It's so good. So, my dear friends, today we've killed so many birds with one cheese head. Maybe, who knows? I think I really could eat the whole piece of this smoked mozzarella. I'm getting even hungrier now. Actually, I was not hungry at all, but now I am. So, today we have visited a bunch of stores. None of those was a promo. I have not been paid. As you see, we just had to pay for all the products. So I wish we were paid, but no. And I've told you a little bit of history. There's not so much history in this area. I mean, there are a bunch of stories. There's a rich history, but unfortunately, it's not yet known to us. I would say, in the big sense of the word. But we've discovered a lobby, which was not rehearsed, but it was the opportunity, the open door that we sneaked into. And I just enjoyed taking my mom to all these places, admiring some beautiful silken scarves and trying local cheeses, discovering the beautiful, cozy library, which I definitely will be taking my son to. Thank you so much. It's just a lovely, I don't know, evening out and about with my mom. And now we're going to take Grisha from his board game session, and we're going to head back home, where I will be doing three more virtuals. So first, in 2 hours from now, it's going to be Misha's tour about Russian folklore and so different fairy tales and legends, the way they were shown like on TV, the way if things were done in the cartoons, and the history behind it, and the actual story behind it. It gives you a lot of understanding and insight into the mentality, into the outlook, and then all this, I would say, the implications. Then I will be wrapping up a story of Leon Theremin, the inventor of the theremin music instrument. Bunch of stories. I'll be sharing some of his interviews. And okay, you just need to join this. Just this. Sorry, what about the Armenian? Hold on a sec. Polish birthday, Stolat Polish birthday blessings. I don't speak Polish, but it sounds like Polish to me. At least I understand. Thank you so much for all the birthday greetings. I don't know what's in Armenian for happy birthday, but thank you so much for all these wishes. Thank you also for the love and peace wishes. That's really what we need. Yes. Well, it's about time, it's about time we had some peace and quiet in the world. And then I'm taking you to Jerusalem for the tour of the Holy Sepulchre Church, like the proper visit to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the most important Christian site in the world. Thank you everyone for joining. See you later. Thank you for your support. There on top of the chat, you can find the pinned comment with the link to buy me a coffee, the link to send us a PayPal donation, and also the link to my website, where you can find already the recordings as of yesterday, and more recordings will be shared after this weekend. You can still catch up with the recordings as of the previous weekend. Thank you so much for all the good vibes on the tour, and it's been like taking not just my mom out and about, but you all, which was great. But I got to taste all these beautiful, lovely, delicious smoked mozzarella. I think I'm gonna see it in my dreams tonight. That's how good it was. Thank you so much, Mom. And also, it looks like this is either the last or the last but one live stream with my mom because she's leaving on Friday. But maybe, just maybe, we'll squeeze something in. My Halloween tours are to begin next weekend. I mean, they're going to run for the entire weekend. I will be scheduling them shortly. So there's going to be next weekend is going to be very special, but also emotional, because whenever my mom leaves, I'm always like double emotional. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for your interest in my tours. Thank you for all the support, for all these birthday wishes that still keep coming. Keep them coming. I don't mind, honestly. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.